Yeah, that's right, baby. I am back after taking a week off, y'all. I apologize. We got a lot to talk about because the NFL has dropped their schedule, as y'all already know, man. So I'm going to do like I did last year, and I'm going to get into some games that I think are key games and games to watch for week 1. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about the UFL today. This is Gridiron Nation, y'all. And we're talking NFL, we're talking UFL, and hell, we're just talking sports, period, today, baby. Welcome to Gridiron Nation.
Yo, Gridiron Nation. Come on. It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied. I got them back on their heels, about to have me a meal. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the field. Take out the competition, they'll remember the name. The wicked one, I always bring it, got my head in the game. Now it's on.
Sorry, y'all. I'm jamming in my own stuff. What is up, familia? Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Nation Podcast. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia, and I hope you guys are out there, just feeling good, living well, and most definitely living blessed, man. I am chilling up here in my studio, day off of work today, so I'm able to knock this thing out a little bit early, man. So hopefully you guys will be tuning in here on YouTube, the recorded one, or if you're watching on the Field Network, or if you're listening on any of your favorite web, you get your podcasts, all right? Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, man. Thank you very much for joining me and for supporting your boy and for keeping this thing that we call Gridiron Nation Podcast rolling, y'all. Rolling and rolling. So what's up, y'all? Hey, we got a lot to get into in just a short amount of time, yo. But this is the podcast that is made for the average hardcore football fan by the average hardcore football fan. Y'all already understand this exactly what I am. What is up, familia? Let's keep rolling. Let's get rolling, should I say? Because I didn't have any kind of like off the grid topic to get with you guys on this week, man. It's been busy, okay? Don't be judging me. Okay, y'all like about damn time, fool. Where the hell was your show last week? I'm sorry, okay? If you haven't checked out, by the way, my first episode of Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia, you can find it, look it up on YouTube, or it's on my page, on my Facebook page, and on my Twitter as well, and X, whatever. Y'all go on and find me. Check it out, man. I had two of my favorite people from here in Las Cruces, man, from Adams Radio Group, Hot 103's big show, Joey and Jackie. They came on, and it was just a fun conversation, man. See, we talk music, talking Steve Crosno. We're talking radio. We're talking just life in Las Cruces, man. So y'all go on and check it out. But that is why I did not do a show last week. Now, I was going to do it a little bit later in the week. I said, well, you know what? Maybe if I do it like on Wednesday night or on Thursday, I can talk about the NFL schedule. The problem is on Thursday, I got to record the Hellraisers show. So that's cutting it a little bit tight for me, man. I ain't got much time. Okay, between work, family life, at home, doing stuff that's got to get done at home, and just all this stuff, man. And the podcasts, I ain't got time. I like that to do it all in one day. So, but I'm back, baby. I am back, and I am ready to roll again. Welcome to Gridiron Nation Podcast, man. This is episode 104, and this week we are spotlighting NFL Week 1. Because this time, now the NFL's already taken over the headlines. They've been doing it since, since free agency period kicked in. And then it kind of died down for about a week or so, a couple weeks. And then the draft came in. And then it was all over again. And now that's all everybody's been talking about. And then they dropped the regular season schedule. So we're going to get into that today, man. And as far as Any news on Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk being traded? Now that the team is like, oh, well, we're not getting traded. We're excited for them to be here. All I know is that Brandon Ayuk, and it's being reported that him and the team are still not close at all, numbers wise, or to getting a deal done. So there's a good chance we could see one of these guys on a new roster by the end of next season. And the reason I'm saying the end of next season is because you're going to have the trade deadline the middle of the season. Now, it all depends how the Niners season goes. We are expecting them to be the top contender going into the NFL season, the top contender in the NFC. So if they're right there, they're looking for that number one seed. I mean, they're just going to either sign them both or extend them both, or let one of them walk at the end of the season, because you're not going to see him trading them off to a team that's looking for a wide receiver to try to compete for a Super Bowl next year. So the Niners are set and ready to go. But beyond next season, I don't know. That's a very good question. But right now, they're talking about not trading either one. But Brandon Ayuk, like they're saying, it's not even close right now. So he's probably getting less and less happy with the team right now. But then, once they throw the money that way, and sometimes everything's all right. But we're going to find out as we get more into the offseason. As training camp is getting ready to come in. We got mini camps coming in, y'all. So, yeah, this business is about to pick up in the NFL as usual this time of year, man. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on that situation, because those are a couple of really big names, really big name wide receivers, man, and that's a really very strong team with that Niners squad. So we're going to keep up on that, all right, over the next few weeks. And today we are also going to talk about the UFL a little bit. I'll just keep y'all posted on what's going on. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about the kickers today, guys, because the kickers, trying to show them some love, because they seem to be the one position that probably could get the trust from the NFL, after what Brandon Aubrey did last year. And you're seeing what the kickers are doing in the UFL this year. It's a kickers league. It's a kickers game in the UFL. Let's be real. Let's be real about that. So the problem there is there's just not a lot of players at other positions that end up get invited to a camp or whatever, and end up doing enough to show out. You know what I mean? So we'll get into that today. And also, of course, the NFL. I'll get into, I believe I got 4 games that I have highlighted that I want to talk about, maybe just give a quick glance to. And as we get more into training camp and stuff, guys, more into the summer this year, I'm going to start going here in the next week or two. I'll start going through each division, talking about each schedule. And then, of course, after that, I'll do my division by division breakdown of how I predict each division is going to end up, who the division champions will be. And we'll go from there, man. Maybe throw in another little topic, like maybe who's the greatest, I don't know, tight end of all time. Maybe we could talk safeties. I think that's a fun topic to get into, these greatest of all time conversations, man. But I don't know. I want to either try and do it either on a live stream, or I might just do it like I used to, y'all, and just put the question out there for you guys, and then do on the follow-up show. I'll read them off and give you guys mine and why I think my top 5 guys or whatnot. All right, but this is just some ideas I'm putting out there, guys. See, just because I didn't do the show doesn't mean I ain't been thinking about it. Gridiron Nation is my baby. All right, just had to take a week off, but I've been thinking ahead. All right, I've been thinking ahead, and I've got a very, very difficult decision to make regarding the podcasts that I got over between now and the end of the NFL season of 2024. So, if you know me real good, I'll tell y'all all about it. But other than that, man, let's get it on, baby. It's time to get rolling. We're going to jump right into the UFL Week 8. It didn't go exactly as I expected. If you watch my Hellraisers podcast show, yeah, I was talking my shit. I don't care. I was talking my shit because my squad finally got a win, man. It felt good. It felt good to get a win, and it was a dominating win last week. No, against Memphis, the Renegades, but I did not expect the defense. I know the defense has been bad, but oh my God, that first half versus the Brahmas this week, that's some of the worst defense I have seen on a professional level in one half of football. Man, in a long time. At least from what I've sat down and watched the game. The Brahmas were just running all over them. It was just the Brahmas. Most of their offense came in the first half because the second half, the Renegades were kind of night and day with their defense. They were able to get it together in the second half, but the offense just couldn't get it rolling completely, man. But so the Brahmas ended up winning 20-15. And the Renegades are, as of last week, anyways, they've been eliminated from playoff contention. So it is what it is, man. My prediction of my boys winning the championship this year did not age very well, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it again next year. Nah, I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll have to see what happens in the offseason now. But hey, the playoffs are set, or at least there's 2 playoff games, and then there's the championship. That's what it consists of when there's only 8 teams in a league. So take it. I know a lot of the casual fans, and I know a lot of you that have heard me talk about the UFL, but haven't got quite into it. It's things like that you're like, man, talk to me when there's more teams. I've actually had some of you tell me that. Talk to me when there's more teams. It's not a very, very good, interesting playoff scenario when you've only got 4 teams that make it. And I get that. I get that. I don't know if they'll be expanding next year. We're hearing a lot of good things, but we heard a lot of good things during the season last year, too, from both XFL and USFL. And then look what happened. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so right now in the XFL championship, it will be the Battlehawks taking on the Brahmas. We don't know who's home yet. We do not know, but we will find out pretty soon here in the next 2 weeks. These last 2 games are going to be big. And especially with the Stallions are taking on the Brahmas this weekend, man. That's going to be a big game. I do not know. I think the Stallions are going to roll them. I'm just being real. I'm being real because the Brahmas have struggled against the better teams. Okay, they've struggled against bad teams. My Renegade, the way they were rolling in that first half against the Renegades, this game should have been a blowout, not a 20-15 ball game. You feel me? I know everybody's all the Brahmas, but I'm being real with you guys, man. Show me a situation where the Brahmas looked like they can even compete with the Stallions right now. And maybe I'll listen. Right now, I got the Stallions winning this game big this week. But well, let's not jump that far ahead yet. We had the showboats at the Panthers, and the Panthers ended up winning as I expected. I expected more of a blowout in that one too, but it didn't happen. The Battlehawks just hung on to beat the Defenders 26-21, but they were without AJ McCarron. Okay, let's keep that in mind because that is major. That's major. And then we had the Roughnecks at the Stallions, and the Roughnecks 28-35. They actually hung in for a little while, but the Stallions were able to just kind of run away with it. Not run away, I shouldn't say that, but they were able to pull away and just hold on to that lead. So we look ahead to week 9. Battlehawks are coming to town, taking on my Renegades. We do not know if AJ McCarron will be there, but my boys are playing for pride. I got to pick the Renegades again because we saw them go on the road to St. Louis against McCarron, and it took a last-second field goal to win in front of 40,000 plus in St. Louis. Now they're coming to our house, and it's on the field. They don't got the comfort of a dome. You know what I mean? So I think the Renegades are going to be able to pull this game out, especially if McCarron doesn't play. That's going to be big, man. So y'all keep up with me on the Hellraisers podcast this week, and I'll let you guys know. By then, I'm hoping we have the injury reports and stuff like that to tell you if it looks like he's going to play or not. We got the Stallions at the Brahmas, as I said. Even though this is in the Alamo Dome, I still think the Stallions roll. Right? I think they go to 9-0. Then we got the Panthers at the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks, I know y'all are bad too. But I'm just still not sold on this Panthers offense. And now Wes Hills is out for the season. Running back Wes Hills, he's done for the year. Panthers, though, that defense, man. But you know what? Roughnecks defense ain't bad either. I think this is going to be a low-scoring, close game. But I'm going to go with the Panthers to win on the road. Excuse me. And I've got the Defenders at the Showboats. I don't know, y'all. DC, I guess. Does anybody care about this game? Probably not. Probably not. Both teams are eliminated from playoff contention. So, but I'm gonna go with it's horrible, horrible. I'm gonna give the Showboats some credit and say that maybe they go out there and they just play with some pride this week. And I like them in an upset to take out DC, man. So that's what I got for y'all. Now, I know I forgot to switch this to my week 9 predictions. Well, there you go. See, that's the thing, man. I ain't done this in a while with my screens, and now I forgot to click my little topic on the screen. I missed the confines of just doing audio only. I'm being real with that because it was just like, okay, I can just focus like if I'm talking to you guys and not having to worry about everything on the screen, man. So I don't know. Maybe I've been considering on Gridiron Nation what I will do in terms of will I keep it both audio and visual because I know the YouTube page. Some of y'all watch it on YouTube, and I know it streams, on and you can watch it on Fuel Network. But I feel like I'm more comfortable when I'm just doing audio. I don't know, but y'all let me know. Why don't y'all give me some feedback on this? Be real with me on it, and let me know what you guys think, man. All right, but so those are my predictions. Okay. I got my Renegades getting it done, okay, against the Battlehawks at home. And I've got the Stallions beating the Brahmas on the road in San Antonio. I got the Panthers winning on the road in Houston. And I got the Showboats holding it down for some pride against DC at home at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. So let me know what you guys think, man. Hit me up on the social medias if y'all want to talk about it. Let me know what you think of the UFL predictions I got. If they're different, holler at your boy. Let me know why. All right, we'll debate about it. Now, let's jump on to the whole UFL to NFL thing, man, because I've been looking at this thing with the kickers, y'all. And I'm really convinced that any of these guys in the UFL that are showing they can kick that ball, man, showing the accuracy, I am convinced that they can go on and do it in the NFL as well. Because kicker's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're taking a different level of talent of guys and stuff and coaching when it comes to special teams coverage, covering those field goals or whatnot. But it's not like you're playing as a wide receiver coming up and going up against NFL level cornerbacks. You know what I mean? For a kicker, it's really all about him versus himself. Sometimes the elements. I get that. But for the most part, you got a nice day. You're in a dome. If you've got a kicker that is showing he can just kick that ball through and be, do it from long distances and be consistent in the UFL, I believe they can do it in the NFL. I really do. Okay, let's talk about Brandon Aubrey. Okay, let's talk about Brandon Aubrey a little bit because he is the guy I think that when you look at what the kickers were able to do this year in the UFL, they're kind of feeding off of what he did. And now everybody's looking at Brandon Aubrey and they're like, man, we saw what Aubrey did last year. We saw what he did with the kicking game. What was that? He went and broke a record. Okay. Sorry, I meant to pull this up and just completely. It was 35 consecutive made field goals. There was the most of all time ever to start a career by a kicker. Impressive, very impressive. And they couldn't give him the Rookie of the Year because of the BS that he played pro football. Fine, but why does it have to be rookie and pro? Why can't it just be rookie to the NFL? I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't see nothing wrong with that. They could have actually classified that if they wanted to, but they didn't because NFL is always like, well, we're king. Well, now what you did. See, the NFL, they may have done this without realizing it, but because of that loophole that they have now with spring football coming in, what that loophole does now, with not allowing Brandon Aubrey to win the Rookie of the Year or even be a part of the conversation, it allows now I shouldn't say allows, but it basically acknowledges that spring football is real professional football. This is the NFL acknowledging that, whether they mean to or not. You feel me? So now let's look at what Brandon Aubrey did, though. Besides breaking that record, he played all 17 games. Okay, he was just under 95% accuracy, y'all. 20 to 29 yards, under 30 yards, 20 and 30 yards. He was 9 of 9. In between 30 and 40, he was 13 of 15. 40 to 50, he was 4 of 4. Everything over 50 yards last year, he was 10 of 10. All right, Brandon Aubrey. Oh, we got our kicker. Now there's teams in the NFL that are looking to the UFL and saying, okay, now what do you guys got? You know, and of course, the one that everybody's looking at right now is Bates. Is Jake Bates, Michigan Panthers kicker. And this guy he's been ridiculous, hitting from over 60. Man, he beat my Renegades by himself. Okay, pretty much. He's hit a 64-yarder this year. He's had a couple over 60. So he's probably the one guy that everybody's looking at. I know Detroit is very interested. He's right there in their home anyways. So they're looking at him. You've got who else? Andre Smith from St. Louis. You got Matt McCrane from DC, who's also been very good this year, and Matt Coughlin from Memphis. So there's still guys out there like Luis Aguilar, who I'm still surprised was actually released this year. I don't know what's going on with him. Chris Blewett is on the squad this year. So, but those are the four names I really think. Jake Bates, Andre Smith, you got Matt McCrane, and Matt Coughlin. These are all guys that I think could be in the NFL next year. I think Jake Bates will be in the NFL next year. There's just not a lot outside of kicker right now of guys showing that they're going to be able to get into the NFL at other skill positions and dominate. You look, I've seen people talking about, oh, dang it. I just can't believe it came in. It was in my head and it went out, man. But you guys are talking about Hakeem Butler, wide receiver of the St. Louis Battlehawks. I even said it last year. Oh, man, this guy's going to be good. He needs to get in the NFL. And then he got another chance in the NFL. And all he talked about was his lack of work ethic and being lazy again, which was the problem when he first got drafted into the league. And so it's tough for him because you see what he's doing this year. But then you get into the NFL, you get into their practice squads, you get into their camps playing against the ones and twos, and it's a different story. You got to show the coaches something off the field, off the game day field, before they're going to put you on that field. So he's had his struggles, but I just use him as the example because I've heard people again this year, oh, Hakeem Butler belongs in the NFL. Yeah, he's had a couple of opportunities. I'm just saying. And his situation does not help the skill position players because the NFL doesn't trust it now. You know what I mean? You got A.J. McCarron, who is, in my opinion, probably going to be the MVP this year if they win the championship. Okay, I know everybody's talking about quarterback out of the Stallions, out of Birmingham, and we'll see. But he hasn't played the whole season. I know he's got the numbers, and I get that, but we'll see. I still think A.J. McCarron, though, is that guy because I really feel like it's going to show this week if he does not play against the Renegades, if they're able to get another win or not. You know what I mean? But anyways, A.J. McCarron, he was with Cincy last year. Wasn't able to get up there into the QB2 spot for whatever reason. See, we like to sit here and be like, man, this dude needs to be there. He needs to be, they need to give him a chance. But let's be real, y'all. There's a reason these coaches and stuff are getting paid. You know, there's things they see at practice that we don't. There's things behind the scene that maybe they don't see that they need to see. I don't know. But for whatever reason, he didn't get the opportunity. So now he's back, okay, in spring football. Now, we look at other guys. I'm looking at the tight end position. I'm going to tell you right now, I still believe that Sal Cannella, tight end for the Arlington Renegades, is the best tight end in the UFL, hands down. But when you look at his game, his whole game, he is built to be an NFL tight end. You know what I mean? He uses his height. He's got the hands, man. He's major in the red zone. He can run block. The guy is built like an NFL tight end. His game is built like an NFL tight end. So I believe Sal Cannella has got an opportunity to get into an NFL camp this summer. I really, really do believe that. But other than that, I think it's going to be the kickers. The kickers are going to keep doing it, and it's a good way to start this whole thing. You know what I mean? When you look at guys like Turpin, that's another story too. Turpin still has his spot with the Cowboys, and he may shine even more this year now that they're changing up their whole kickoff routine. So, other than that, though, I don't know. I hope that more guys get an opportunity, but it doesn't seem like the NFL is trusting a lot of the skill position guys right now. Okay, they may pick up some linemen during camp. Who knows? But I think the kickers are definitely going to be there. All right, because the UFL, the NFL, let's be real, the UFL right now, it's a kicker's game, y'all. I mean, when Jake Bates is actually up there in the MVP conversation among fans, and for good reason, then yeah, it is a kicker's league, man. That's the way I see it, man. But let me know what you guys think, all right? And we'll talk about it. But I gotta hit a break for all of you watching on Fuel. For the Fuel Network, I gotta hit a couple of breaks, and this is gonna be the first one, man. So y'all don't go nowhere, all right? This is Gridiron Nation Podcast, y'all. Stay with. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation Podcast, y'all. Episode 104. Your boy Gable Garcia up in the place today, man. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're watching on YouTube on the Fuel Network, or if you're just listening on your headphones, you know, or in your car, or wherever you're listening on your phone, man, appreciate every single one of you for rolling with me again and for being patient with me after not dropping an episode last week, man. Not going nowhere and just waiting on it. All right, so appreciate y'all for that, man. But hey, it's time to get into the big news, y'all. Let's get into it. NFL schedule release 2024 went down. Yeah. It was big because everybody was waiting for it. Now, it was different than last year. Y'all remember last year, it was maybe about over a period of 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks before the schedule dropped. We were getting little leaks, quote. I think the NFL was their leaks that they're allowing to happen, you know, but they were throwing out little games here and there, you know, and that's what got the ball rolling, man. And people are like, man, freaking NFL, a bunch of attention whores. Yes, they are. And they will take that spotlight even in the offseason from any other sport. They will. So we're talking about the NFL release. And, you know, this week, it was not this year, excuse me. It was only about a week before that they kind of put out those first games, you know, with the game in Brazil and then with the Thursday night game. So, you know, and then they got a little bit of the started seeing some of the teams were throwing out about a day or two before. So it was only about a week before they dropped the schedule this year that we were really like, oh, we're getting some of these games leaked out to us. And they weren't really leaks. It was just games that they were putting out there for everybody to know, the press releases. So now we do got the full schedule. Okay. And let me run through it really quick. And then I'll give you guys, I'll talk about the 4 games that I really think are going to be key games. All right. And I'll run through them. Now, of course, we have, the NFL kickoff game. It's a rematch of the AFC Championship game of last year. The Baltimore Ravens will be going to Kansas City. Then we've got the Friday game. This is going to be the one in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers at again, quotes, the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, Eagles fans can't be happy about that one of your home games is going to be technically on the road, on neutral ground, to be honest. You got the Steelers at the Falcons. You got the Cardinals at the Bills, Titans at the Bears. Wow, that's interesting. New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. We got Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins, Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints, Minnesota traveling to New York to take on the Giants, Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers, and then we've got the Broncos traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Dallas Cowboys, my beloved Cowboys, will be on the road in week 1 taking on the Cleveland Browns. Washington Commanders will travel to Florida to take on Tampa Bay. Los Angeles Rams will head to the Dome to take on Detroit in a playoff rematch of last year. And then the first Monday night game, it's not a doubleheader this year, okay, but it's going to be the Jets taking on the 49ers, man. Aaron Rodgers, yeah. That one's big. And that one, man, let's start with that one, okay? Let's make it 5 key games. I don't know why I didn't add this one to my list. Maybe I meant to, but in my notes, I didn't write it down. This is going to be big because you've got Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, this is why the NFL is doing this. Now, keep in mind, everybody, week 1, the first month of NFL football is a shit show. What did I say wrong? I'm being serious. I've told you guys again and again. We all know this. You agree. Some of y'all told me we agree on it. The first couple of weeks in the NFL is not a measuring stick for who's going to be good and who's going to be bad for the most part. You know what I mean? It's really, some teams just haven't got it together yet. Some teams are breaking off rust over the first couple of weeks. Some teams are building chemistry with new players. And then other teams that, really are not going to be very good, you're going to see them coming out like 2-2 or 3-1 sometimes in that first month. And then you see it fall apart afterwards. And that is for the same reason. Some of the teams they're playing that are really just better teams are just not clicking yet. You know what I mean? So by the time you get in by week 4, then you start to see it. But the first 3 weeks, y'all, no, shit show. Absolutely. Okay, but with that said, we're going to talk about this, and it's just going to be going based off of the players that are coming back, off of the teams that we're seeing on paper, even though what we're seeing on paper may not translate in week 1, 2, and 3. Okay, look at last year with Kansas City, man. At home against Detroit to open the season. Detroit wins a close game, an ugly game, against a Kansas City team that didn't have their top defensive player, all-pro, in Chris Jones, and their top, pass catcher, which was Travis Kelce. So they barely lost that game. And, I mean, they probably should have won if it wasn't for everybody on that, Kansas City offense just dropping the football every time the ball hit them in the numbers. Remember that, okay? So let's just remember to just kind of temper down we're not – the Niners and the Jets, maybe it is a good game, but I'm not going to be expecting to see 2 teams in midseason form, you know what I mean, giving us a freaking classic, man. It may be an instant classic, but these teams are not going to be at their best yet in this game. Okay? So let's just keep that into perspective. But I do think Aaron Rodgers going to San Francisco is a big deal. Now, I think San Francisco is going to win this game because, to have New York coming all the way across the country to the West Coast, to Santa Clara, and you've got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you're going to have, training camp and all that, but you're throwing him against that defense right off the bat. Wow. Now, I know the Jets got a good defense as well. I still like the Niners defense better. I think the Niners offense is going to be more ready to go than what this Jets offense will be. Okay, that's just my opinion because you had Brock Purdy all last year. You know what I mean? You had Aaron Rodgers for 3 plays. That's it. So just keep that in mind. But I like San Francisco as a very early prediction now. Before week 1, of course, obviously the episode before, I will be giving you guys my total predictions. This year, I will be recording them. And I don't mean recording them like, oh, of course you're going to record them, fool. You talk about it. No, I mean, I'll be writing it down. And I will be keeping track every single week of how I'm doing. And I will be doing the NFL Pigskin Pick'em again this week for the Gridiron Nation League. So y'all be sure to get in on that. And we'll post a graphic every week next season that everybody's going to be able to see how everyone's doing. All right. But now So I got the Niners just this early. I know it's way early, but I'm just going to say right now I would like the Niners at a quick glance to win that game. We talked about their wide receiver issues, but I don't think it's going to be an issue in week 1 unless somebody decides to hold out Brandon Ayuk. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's going to be on Monday night. But let's go to the Thursday night game. Okay, this is the NFL Kickoff 2024 game. Like I said, this is a rematch of the AFC Championship. Baltimore Ravens traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. And man, I got to be real with you guys, man. I think this is a great matchup to start with. I think we could see two teams playing at a high level, not at their best again, but I really do think both of these teams will show up. I'm interested to see the Ravens this year with Derrick Henry, to be honest. I mean, I think he's not gonna carry the full load, but man, you've already got Lamar Jackson there who can run the ball. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. I don't know how their pass game's gonna do, but when I get into the division breakdowns, man, we'll look more at the rosters. As at a quick glance, I like KC at home. Okay, you're gonna have Hollywood Brown there, maybe which is good because there may not be. Rasheed Rice ain't gonna be there. I'm not even saying may. He ain't gonna be there for week 1. So I don't know when he's coming back, but he's gonna see some suspension in the NFL. Okay, but quick glance, I'm gonna take the Chiefs at home. Okay, if I had to just give you a quick, who do I think is gonna win that right now? That may change, you know, as we get into predicting week 1 here in the next couple months, man. So, and then we got the Friday night game. This is the first time NFL is going to be trying to kick in some Friday games, and this is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Packers at the Eagles. Eagles at home. Yeah, but this is going to be interesting. You know, because we've got, of course, Barkley. Man, I used to like you, bro. I had respect for you, Barkley. I still respect the player you are. But yeah, fuck your team, dog. No, I do not. I'm picking Philly to win this game. If they were at home, at actual home, I would. I probably would. Now remember, the Packers also got a new running back. They kept AJ Dillon, but they've got Josh Jacobs there now. So while they don't have Aaron Jones there, I think for one game, the first game, I think Jacobs is going to fill in fine for this season. So I am very interested in this game because, first of all, it is the Eagles' division rival. It is the Packers, the ones that took us out in the playoffs last year. Damn it. But a quick glance. I know it says at Eagles, but the Eagles are not at home. This is neutral ground. I like the Packers to win this game at a quick glance. Then, of course, we got the Cowboys at the Browns, and this is going to be Fox's America's Game of the Week that afternoon. And all eyes are going to be on this game. You got the Cowboys at Cleveland, and this is where Tom Brady is making his commentary debut. This should be interesting, man. I want to see how he does, but even more so, I want to see how that Cowboys offensive line is going to do against that defense. Now that we've got BB there, who's likely going to be up at center, and then of course we've got Jalen Guyton, who's going to be there. Man, this is going to be interesting. And I mean, also Dallas is looking at redoing some things on their defensive line with the run game. Mike Zimmer's defense. This will be interesting to see how they're going to use Micah Parsons. Now, where Dallas could have an advantage here is the fact that the Browns do not have any film right now to prepare for a Mike Zimmer defense. Okay. Well, Mike Zimmer modern day Cowboys defense, I should say. All right. So this should be interesting. Deshaun Watson should be back. Yeah, we're gonna see Diggs up against Amari Cooper. Should be interesting. Brandon Cook's gonna be there. Now, I also think CD Lamb could be a big factor in this game. Obviously, because that defense, we already know, they're going to be looking to stop the run. They don't want to let us run because we're going to be doing a running back by committee. Dallas will. So this is going to be an interesting game. I'm thinking a low scoring game. I think this is going to be a defensive ball game, and Dallas's run defense will be challenged. Okay, the Browns secondary will be challenged on the other side. So interesting game, but of course, y'all know where I'm going with this, man. I'm going with my Cowboys. I don't care if we get 2 week one. This ain't changing. All right, maybe. Maybe. But y'all also be on the lookout. Like I said, Tom Brady will make his commentary debut. Should be interesting, man. I think Romo is the best at it right now for color commentary, in my opinion. I love Romo's energy. I love the way he talks so passionately about the plays, how excited he gets like a fan, like me. So we'll see if Brady can put himself up there as well. And then, of course, the last game I got is the Sunday night football game, playoff rematch between the Rams and the Lions. Yeah, I'll talk about that one in just a little bit, y'all, because, hey, I have one more break that I got to get to. This is for those of you watching on the Fuel Network. All right, man. So y'all don't go nowhere. I will be right back. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation Podcast, episode 104, baby. About to get into the last, key game that I've got for NFL Week 1. The LA Rams at the Detroit Lions, rematch of last year's NFC playoff game. And this is going to be interesting because the Detroit Lions defense, they had their hands full. Yes, they got the win. It was a close game though. It was a good game. And I think the Rams are going to come in fully loaded on offense. I really do got the Rams as a right now. I think they are a contender for a wild card spot in the playoffs this year. I really do think so. So this is going to be interesting to see how they do now. There's no more Aaron Donald. All right, so what do they do to replace him on defense? I don't know. Maybe they just try to say, look, y'all got to keep up with us in scoring. But, we'll find out, man. They're going to have Kyron Williams. He'll be coming in fully healthy this season. So, and then, of course, the Detroit Lions, they made a few moves as well. All right, but this is going to be a good game, man. I like Detroit to win at home, just on first glance. But, again, this could change on my episode coming up before week 1. But this is going to be a good one, though, for Sunday Night Football, man. There's going to be a lot of energy there because the Detroit Lions fans are excited. You know what I mean? They finally got something to cheer about. Y'all just need to settle down, though, man, because they don't know what it's like to win. I get that. You're used to being trash. I get that. And you're not now. Okay? But isn't it funny how all of them are praising and loving this Jared Goff contract? I see people all over the NFL saying, oh, Jared Goff deserved it. That's crazy. Over $50 million a year. But yet when you talk about Dak Prescott possibly getting that, y'all are talking about $40 million a year is too much for him. I'm just saying, man, y'all keep the same energy because I don't like the hypocritical type of stuff, man, just because you don't like my squad. And yes, I made that about the Cowboys. I don't care. Hey, y'all, be sure to hit me up on my social medias on Instagram, GGarcia_Gridiron on Instagram, and also on TikTok. I changed it because now that I'm doing the new show, okay, Off the Grid, I'll be putting up some reels and stuff on there. So now I kind of combined it. Now on TikTok, I'm at Garcia.grid. At Garcia.grid. But if you are already following me, then you don't have to worry about that. Then you already got me on there. I Facebook at Gridiron Nation and the number 1. And also on X, as I missed that, at the number 1 Gridiron Nation on X, my handle at 1 Gridiron Nation. And email me your questions, guys. I ain't had no questions in a while, man. What's going on? What's going on? Is the show losing steam? Is that what it is? I don't know. But email me your questions at gridironnationpodcast@gmail.com. All right, now read them on here and get it read on here and talk about it a little bit and answer any questions y'all got, whatever it's about. Football, entertainment, music, sports, NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever. UFL, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. And also next week, I believe I will be having a live stream with my boy Richard Brown. I'm hoping that he is able to come on next week, and him and the former player, hopefully they'll come on the show. Richard Brown, the former general manager and coach of the Las Cruces Kings semi-pro team once upon a time, man. So I want to talk some football with my boy. He is a Panthers fan, so we'll be looking to bring him on next week. All right, guys, hopefully that doesn't change, but that's the plan right now. So don't forget, Gridiron Nation. Every Tuesday evening, I have it dropped by the evening if it's not a live stream, okay? If not, follow my social medias and I'll let y'all know if I'm going to be a day late or so. And don't forget to catch me on Hellraisers Podcast Fridays on Spotify, YouTube under the United Football Media channel. And then later on, I added up to my channel and on the Fuel Network as well on Friday mornings. Okay, you guys can usually find it streaming on Facebook on the Fuel Network. It says it's a live stream, but it's streaming as it's going, and you can watch it. Even though I recorded the day before, man, y'all go on and check it out. If you're a Renegades fan, even if you're not, if you just want to support your boy, I appreciate that, man. Or go and listen to it on Spotify. I listen to it on Spotify. My episodes are normally under an hour. Okay, I try to keep them about 45 minutes or so. So hopefully it ain't too much, man. But y'all be sure to check me out, okay? And don't forget my new show, Off the Grid, with yours truly, available on YouTube. Y'all look it up, Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia. And follow me, man. Subscribe, please. I need all the follows I can get on this show. I really want it to succeed, all right? It's available on YouTube and all audio streaming platforms as well. All right, now it is time for me to get up out of here, guys. It's about that time. Okay, I know it wasn't a long show, and I apologize, but hey, I was here. Okay, so my message this week, guys, is take a minute to be proud of yourself. Okay, and I'm not being specific with one particular area. I mean, because I don't know what's going on with everybody's life. You know what I'm saying? So I know we always talk about the struggles and stresses that we're dealing with on a daily basis and adversity, but we forget that sometimes, even with all that mess going on, whatever it is you're dealing with, negative stuff in life, that there are some positive things about you. There always is. There always is. How you could be rock bottom, but there's got to be something that you can cling on to be proud of yourself. Maybe the fact that you're still waking up, breathing, and showing that you have not given up on life. That right there is a reason to be proud if you've hit rock bottom. But other than that, you're working or doing what you got to do. You're getting out there doing what you need to do to maybe promote things that you got going on. Maybe it's just working to support your family. Okay, maybe it's just doing things in the family life. Whatever. Be proud of yourself, man, because if you're taking care of your own, that's something to be proud of. If you've made a big life decision to maybe steer yourself in a different direction to try to do better and be better, that's something to be proud of. All right. If you've got some things going on like music, writing, JP, I need another chapter, bro. By the way, maybe you're an artist. Maybe you do stuff out at the farmers market, man, or maybe you're like my boy Jersey, man. You've got a lot going on out there in Vegas, bro. Whatever it is, y'all. If it's something like that, maybe you got a hobby that you're really into. That's something to be proud of. That's a positive. Maybe you're just kicking ass at work, man. Hell, maybe it's just getting up and going to work and dealing with BS every day, keeping your job, getting your paycheck, and handling your own. It's something to be proud of. So whatever it is you're dealing with, y'all, there is something that you can grasp onto to be proud of and say, wait a minute, man, my life ain't complete shit. You know what I mean? Because I have been there. I have. But you make the decisions that ultimately put you in a situation to be proud of doing something. Even if it's just opening your eyes every day, putting one foot in front of the other and walking on. You know what I mean? Because all you got to do when you're dealing with everything, to be proud of yourself, man. Sometimes being proud of yourself is just looking at the problem, whatever it is you're faced with, man, and overcoming it by going around it. You know what I mean? Or adapting to it. Because in the words of the great Bruce Lee, y'all, all you got to do is what? Go on and say it with me now. That's right. Be water, my friends. I'm going to catch you guys next week. Actually, I'll catch you Thursday on Hellraisers Podcast, and I'll catch you next week. Another episode of Gridiron Nation Podcast coming to you next week. I'll see y'all Thursday for you UFL fans. Hellraisers, actually, that will be Friday, but I'm recording it Thursday, whatever. All right. Again, take a minute to be proud of yourself, y'all, because I know every one of you has something going on with you or within your life that you can be proud of. All right, whatever you're facing, be water, my friends. My name is Gable Garcia. This is Gridiron Nation Podcast, y'all. I'm going to catch you guys on the B-side, baby. So I'll see you then, all right? It's all one love, baby. Peace.
To the sky, I'll be blowing up and booming like the 4th of July. The #1 draft pick, them has-been till they past tense. Everybody wanna feel this glory I bask in. Getting antsy when they see my silhouette in the smog. Then you struggle with your breathing as I creep through the fog. Let's get it on. Gonna meet me up in the end zone. Before they know it, when they looking up and I'm big gone. We hype tonight, let's show up under the lights. Gonna bring it if you really think you up.